This is Amy Wood with your 7 News Update. Hope you're having a good Thursday. Here's the latest as we got information on Wednesday night about a Walhalla police officer being taken to the hospital after a crash that happened Wednesday night. That crash was just after 6:30 at the corner of North Church Street and North Broad Street in Walhalla. The police department says the crash involved their K-9 unit. Police say the officer was taken to the hospital. K-9 was checked out at the scene. The officer has been released from the hospital, just some cuts and bruises. Both the officer and the K-9 are now home. 7 News will continue to follow the story. We understand late in the evening, an 18-year-old driver of a van was cited for disregarding a stop sign and a violation of beginner's permit. So stay with 7 News as we continue to follow exactly what develops in that story. We're also keeping you up to date on the coronavirus. State health officials held a news conference on Wednesday. 7 News was there. We asked the officials how people can tell the difference between the coronavirus that is originating in China and the traditional flu, since the symptoms of both are so similar. And authorities are reminding folks, if you have not had contact with someone who's been to China or have traveled to China yourself, you are not in danger of this virus at this point. In fact, the CDC is saying that the risk for Americans right now is considered to be low. The state health department says they are working with the CDC to take preventative measures like adding some screening at large airports. The closest one to us where they're doing that kind of screening is the Atlanta airport. Again, they say if you've traveled to China, they will investigate symptoms that you have as coronavirus. But generally speaking, most South Carolinians are considered to be at low risk for any kind of problem. Also, we're following up on the NTSB investigation into an Anderson County Disability and ADA special needs bus crash. It crashed head-on with an SUV. The driver of the vehicle, 53-year-old Sherry DiPetrillo, was killed in the crash, and one of the passengers on the bus, 34-year-old Kevin LaCroix, was also killed in that crash. This happened in Anderson in December of 2019. On Belton Honeypath Highway near Beeks Road. The National Transportation Safety Board has been looking into this. They released their preliminary report on Wednesday saying the driver of the SUV had been swerving completely across both lanes from shoulder to shoulder before striking the bus. That's according to the report. The SUV driver was not wearing a seatbelt, according to the report. It also says the bus driver and the 6 remaining passengers sustained minor to serious injuries. The crash is still under investigation, and the analysis of crash facts, along with conclusions and determination of probable cause, will come later when the NTSB issues a final report. Keeping an eye on the weather for you, we're heading into Thursday with temperatures expected to climb toward 53 degrees with partly cloudy skies. On Friday, some more rain may move back in the afternoon with highs near 47. Then for your weekend, some sun and clouds, highs Saturday of 54, Sunday high of 59 with much more sun. In fact, we're calling it a sunny day on the Storm Team 7 forecast. I'm Amy Wood. I'll see you on Carolina's Family at 4 and 7 News at 6 and 7 News at 7.